As we continue, judging by their smirks and the statements, Kushner and company have succeeded in tightening the noose around Palestinian in complicity with Egyptians, Saudi leaders, and are now waiting for the right time to unleash a diplomatic blitzkrieg. But how could such a trio of staunch supporters of Israeli settlement expansion come up with a deal that merits the moniker deal of the century? One that is comprehensive and acceptable to both Israel and the Arabs, who insist on a two state solution that includes East Jerusalem. The answer lies in the timing, packaging, and delivery. The Palestinians should prepare for the day the Trump administration's offer to be the first Western power to recognize a Palestinian state, while simultaneously recognizing Israel's sovereignty over settlement blocks and accepting its security red lines. The US will ensure Palestine becomes a full member of the United Nations with all the trappings of the independence, even if it lacks full control over its borders, skies, ports, and immigration. And Washington could also send an ambassador there, encourage Israeli and Arab governments to exchange ambassadors, and sponsor joint projects with two states. The US may also recognize Palestine's capital in East Jerusalem with special status for the holy Islamic sites, but leave it to the parties to draw lines between East and West Jerusalem. Mind you, Israel has redrawn and expanded the borders of metropolitan Jerusalem several times since occupation 5 decades ago, and will only agree to withdraw from east of Jerusalem if it all. Neither the US nor the Israel will object to Palestinians using the grand names and titles that connote authority and prestige, as long these don't translate into reality on the ground. For all they care, the Palestinians may name their new entity the Republic of Great Palestine as long as it has little more than quasi autonomy. I beg your pardon, please. Those with strong memories will recall how the US and Israeli had accepted PLO chairman Yasser Arafat calling himself the Palestinian Rais or the president, as long as the jurisdiction never extended beyond the Palestinian Authority. On the face of it, this appears like a clever move, or rather clever move. It accounts for both the Arabs and the Israelis' demand of statehood and security, and it counts on the Arab and the Western nations to sweeten the deal for the Palestinians with the billions of dollars when the time comes. And that time is approaching, the albeit with a twist. This type of shock diplomacy works best in the worst times, which explains when the Trump administration has launched an all-out sadistic assault on the UN relief and work agencies UNRWA that cares for the survival and education of 4 to 5 million refugees and their descendants. As Israel expands its illegal settlements, strangles the Gaza Strip, and passes new legislation that legitimizes Jewish supremacy in the land of Israel, that is, all over historical Palestine, as foreign aid shrinks, political divisions deepen, and the Arabs will implode into conflict. The Palestinians find themselves with fewer remedies every day. In this environment, any prescription that promises a new horizon for a healthier future may seem like a necessary medicine, no matter how bitter it is. Indeed, the entire logic behind this new diplomatic drive is based on the tried but failed idea that economic security makes up for the national insecurity and economic peace guarantees political peace.